Hello, everyone. My name is Karina, and I'm the University Liaison at FinTech Cadence. Welcome, everybody. Super happy to have you all on with me today. The way this session will work is we're going to have a little 20-minute presentation with our guest speakers from Crazes, Cuber, and FDM Group. And then the networking will start, so you'll be able to meet on one-on-one with the different speakers. So today, before I start, I just wanted to tell you a bit more about who we are at FinTech Cadence, what we do. Maybe you have heard of us, maybe not. So if you haven't, I'm here to tell you a bit more. And if you have, I'm really sorry, you'll have to bear with me just for a few minutes. So FinTech Cadence is a nonprofit organization. We've been around for about 5 years, and we're really here to help develop future FinTech leaders. We do this through our 3 pillars, which is education, collaboration, and support. When it comes to education, what we do is we create a lot of awareness around FinTech, and we create these sort of events, often conference events or panel events, or sometimes even career events where we talk a bit more about FinTech and really help people get to know this sector a bit more. In terms of collaboration, the FinTech sector is a very vast one and has many players in it. There are, of course, regulatory bodies, financial institutions, startups, the academic sector, and much more. And we really want to help all of these different players to talk to each other and collaborate together. So we're there to help create that middle ground between the different organizations. In terms of support, we are also an incubator, and we really are there to help and nurture our FinTech leaders. So we do have a few incubation programs where we work directly with startups, especially early stage startups. So, of course, in a more concrete way, how do we really help entrepreneurs, and how do we really help the ecosystem? Well, we have many programs and events throughout the year. And if I can maybe go and quickly tell you more about these. Well, first, in terms of program, we do have a couple of incubator programs. If you're new to the startup world, incubation is when we really we help early stage startups get their company where they want to go. So one of our flagship program is the Ascension program. It's a 3-month incubator program where we help these startups get a first goal in their startup. As many incubator program, we usually end this with a demo day. If you've missed our last demo day, we have it online. You can go watch it on YouTube. Amazing demo day where we had our 15 amazing startups pitch their product. Another program we also have since this year is the IFH Lab. Their second year, it's very similar to Ascension, but the startups that we take in IFH Lab are very mission-driven. Their goal is really to help Canadians have a better financial health. We have an amazing cohort this year, 8 amazing startups. They'll be pitching very soon. If you haven't heard of it because you're not following us on social media, you should really go see on LinkedIn. We've announced it. We will have the demo day on November 4th, so don't miss that out. It will be amazing. It will also be online, so you can watch it in the comfort of your home. I mentioned we have incubation programs, but we also have what we call pre-incubation program, the Formaton namely. Formaton is really a FinTech hackathon that lasts about 3 weeks. If you are new to the FinTech ecosystem but would like maybe to learn more and really get hands-on on what FinTech is all about, it's a perfect way to have a first introduction to the sector. Every year we have amazing companies that come up with different challenges that they have internally, and they propose them to the Formaton, and we invite anybody from the sector or outside of the sector, might it be students or professionals who want to get their hands dirty and maybe collaborate and create a new product. So if you haven't heard of the Formaton before, but it's something that's interesting for you, we'll have our next one next summer, so keep your eyes out for that. Last but not least, the certificate is namely a 7-course program for people who want to learn more about FinTech but don't know where to start. It's really a course where we go over all the basics of FinTech. If you want to fast track and learn more about FinTech, I think it's a must go to. The certificate will start in January, and it's a 7-course program, like I mentioned. And talking about a certificate, I find it super interesting to tell you a bit more about it, but we are actually, we will choose a winner who will have a free access to the certificate out of all the participants who participate in the UniSeries. It's a little gift we wanted to do this year. The certificate is an amazing course to take, but unfortunately it's not free. So if you're participating in the UniSeries, might it be one that's one today or another one you want to come to, well, you have a chance of winning a ticket for the certificate. I mentioned we had a whole bunch of programs, but we also have a whole bunch of events all through the year. If you're new here, UniSeries is one that we have across the year, and it's mainly focused for university students and young professionals. We switch up the format every year. Sometimes it's more focused around conference, sometimes it's more panel events, but this year we're focusing on careers. We know it's super important for the community this year, so that's why we're doing it. You might also have heard of FinTech Drinks, super amazing networking events we have about 5 times a year, where we talk about different subjects depending on what's trending and what's in hype. So we've just had one last week around cybersecurity. It was super interesting. We have another one in present, like coming up very soon. That's going to be very exciting. We'll be announcing it in just a few weeks, so keep your eyes out for that. The FinTech Career Fair, I'm pretty sure you guys are all aware what a career fair is. Well, we usually have one really focused around FinTech every year. Last year, because of COVID, we unfortunately couldn't make it, but I think we're happy to say that we'll be back in 2022 with a new career fair. So also keep your eyes out for that. And I think our university series are a bit there to kind of give you a little insider on what it might look like. So I know you guys are not necessarily here to hear me talk about FinTech Cadence. So I have amazing guest speakers here today, and I'll tell you a bit more about their company and any open positions they have internally. Just before I let them speak, I just want to, if you're new to AirMeet, I want to give you a little walkthrough quickly on how the session works. So you do have on the side a message section where you can either message people directly in private message, or you can message the chat. Feel free to message during the presentation. Also, there is a fast speed dating section. When you'll have this window closed, you'll see that you can chat with anybody else in the room. Feel free to do some speed networking with other participants. It's always fun to do some peer-to-peer. And of course, our speakers will have each a booth. So you'll see they have their logos on them. So you can just click on any seat and go talk to them. They're here for that. They really want to talk to you guys. So feel free to go see them after the presentation. They'll be there to answer all of your questions. So without further ado, I will stop talking and I will present to you my first speakers. I have Lynn Groux and Marie-Ève Denis from Crasis, who will be presenting first, and then we'll have the chance of talking to Jen Léger, who is co-founder of Cuber, an amazing startup in FinTech. And last but not least, we have Tassia Karim, who will tell you more about FDM Group, who have a lot of positions who are hiring presently. So now's the time where I invite Lynn and Marie-Ève to maybe come and join me on screen. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Karina. Hi, everybody.
So you guys, I'm letting this for you. So maybe we'll start with, I don't know if you guys, Lynn, you wanted to start off maybe?
Yes, thank you very much. So we're pretty excited to be part of this super presentation. I represent the talent acquisition role at Crasis. We have a short video. I don't know, Marie-Ève, if you can, is it possible to show? It's just a teaser. So
right.
This is a little bit what we look like. We're actually a Quebec-based company. We've been in the business since 1987, and we look like a startup because we're pretty cool, but we've been there for a long time. So we have a lot of experience, and we have a lot of projects that we're working on right now. I'd like you to see our video so you have an idea what we look for and what kind of setup we have in the office.
Can you tell me if you are able to see my screen right now?
Ben, je réalise après tout ce temps-là que le département a une certaine vision, passion et façon de faire qui s'enligne un peu avec mes propres valeurs à moi. Moi, je vois là-dedans une organisation qui est motivée par la passion, qui se fixe des objectifs de développement toujours en fonction de la passion. C'est sûr qu'on n'échappe pas à notre domaine, mais on est entouré de gens qui sont ici pour le logiciel d'abord.
En fait, Crésus est en plein changement. Et on est en train de s'introduire à Docker, de s'introduire au niveau de Kubernetes. On est en train de migrer notre code source vers Git. On est en train de faire évoluer nos méthodes de test vers le TDD. Ensuite, on est en train de faire de l'intégration continue, du déploiement continu avec Team Services. Donc, c'est vraiment un très, très beau moment pour pouvoir joindre Crésus.
En faisant un parcours ici chez Crésus, tu vas te retrouver à t'enrichir, augmenter tes expériences, aller chercher des compétences ou des technologies que peut-être que tu croyais inaccessibles auparavant. Puis si tu es prêt à t'investir, bien, il y a toute la place qu'il faut. On va t'écouter, on va t'inclure, puis ça va faire partie de toi aussi, tout cet environnement-là.
So what's pretty cool about this video is this was done a couple of years ago, and with all COVID happening, with us not occupying all the offices, we have renovated all the office space in Laval at our head office during the summer because everybody's working remote since March 2020, so which is not a big surprise because of COVID, and everything has been renovated. So we're going back to the office end of October, beginning of November, and everything, we have all participated in this revamping of all the offices. The gym, Marie-Ève was actually in charge of organizing several focus groups so we could participate with the designer of the new setup, like if we wanted plants or specific colors or what kind of equipment we wanted in a gym. So that was pretty cool. So this is the old version. We would gladly invite you to come and visit us maybe at the end of this year or beginning of 2022 and organize an event. Would be a great pleasure. So just to give you a little idea of who we are, as I said, we have been, Crisis has been in business since 1987. We're about 200 employees. And we have offices, because we're a Quebec-based company, we have an office in Laval, and we have also an office in Toronto. Because we're related to financial institutions, we have several of our clients that are in Toronto, and we're a pretty hot player right now in the fintech industry because we have more than 50% of the market, the Canadian market right now, which makes us a pretty exciting working environment. So as I mentioned, our clients are majorly like large financial institutions and wealth divisions of other companies. And to give you an idea of what kind of people work at Crisis, because we deal with data, which is popular, all the AI, machine learning projects right now, you can only imagine the richness of all the data that we have accumulated since 34 years. So all our departments, like security, customer service, sales, client relations, trading, obviously, because all our users, when they use the platform and we have upgrades and we're recently moving on to the cloud, we have chosen AWS. So a lot of new stuff is going to happen through our platform. We have several projects, and I mean the software since 1987 has evolved, obviously. So we have several super projects going on at the same time. This gives you an idea of everything on the software side, all the divisions, and I'll let maybe Marie-Ève talk a little more about this part of our software. And I represent, like I said before, the talent acquisition team. So I'm really in charge of all the ambassadors role through universities, recruiting events, which have been more virtual than in person, unfortunately, for the past 2 years. But I would gladly answer all your questions if you have any interest in our company. But meanwhile, I'd like to introduce you to Marie-Ève, which is a super example of somebody that has evolved in the fintech industry, coming from another industry, working as an engineer. So I'll let Marie-Ève introduce herself.
Thank you, Lynn. First of all, I just want to say that I'm not a good English speaker, so I'll try my best. So be indulgent with me today. So as Lynn mentioned, I'm an industrial engineer. So I've been studying engineering at École Polytechnique de Montréal. I graduated from my bachelor degree in 2010. And I knew that I wanted to work in design field. I knew that I wanted to create stuff when I was in my bachelor degree. But during the bachelor degree, I realized that I've learned a lot about processes, methods, productivity, manufacturing, optimization, materials. But the human part of creating something wasn't there. So after my bachelor degree, I decided to do a master degree in ergonomics. So I study cognitive ergonomics to make sure that the design I was trying to make was suited to the needs of the users. Because if we think about it, almost every products that surround us are used by human. For example, the chair you're probably sitting on, or the pencil you are using, or the computer, or your car, everything is made to be used by a human. So if you don't think about the user during the design, you are missing something really big. And that is why I joined the Crisis team in 2016, because they put in place a group, the UX team. So UX means user experience. And they needed people to join the Crisis company to help them build a software that are going to be really intuitive, easy to use, user-friendly to the users. So this is an overview of different modules that we have in our product. So we have the portfolio management, we've got a CRM, we've got a module to produce financial reports. We've got a module to build models and manage models. We've got an amazing algorithm to rebalancing the model. We've got a trading model, client portal, some compliance and monitoring functionalities. We've got also analytics to help the advisor or the assistant, or name it, all the users to make better decisions based on the data they have. And we've got some partners, for example, for the financial planning, because this is not our core business. So we have some different third party that help us and integrate with us to make the advisor's life easier. So if you want to speak with us when we're going to be on the table, I don't know which number, table number 1 or 2, I will be pleased to answer any of your questions based on finance or engineering, or how you can work at a company like Crisis and how you can make a difference. So thank you. Oh, Lynn, I think that we cannot hear you right now. Oh, now it's good.
Is it okay now? Okay. Okay. So we have several positions open right now because we're a fintech. We have the tech side, so all the developers. We have product owners that have sometimes like TPOs, more technical or more business. So we have sometimes CFAs within our teams to work with the business side with the financial institutions. We have salespeople, we have marketing people, we have accounting people. So within the 200 employees, which makes it a lot of fun for me as a recruiter to have a great diversity of openings available available right now because we're growing, because we're moving on to a cloud environment. We have a lot of projects going on, so feel free, and we'll be very happy to answer all your questions. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you so much, Marie-Ève, also. So as they said, feel free to go see them in their rooms after. They'll have a room with quizzes on it. So click on the seat and just go talk to them. They'll be there just for that. So thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Next, I will invite Jen to come and talk to us a bit more about Cuber and any open positions you might have, and of course, yourself. So Jen, the floor is all yours.
Hey everyone, my name is Jen Lagier and I am co-founder of Cuber. So Cuber, if you don't know what it's all about, it is a fintech app. We are in the App Store. You can feel free to download Cuber and try it out. And what problem that we tried to solve with Cuber is the fact that people have a hard time to manage their money. 50% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. And a lot of that is due to either a lack of financial literacy or the fact that we're just ingrained with some poor money habits from a very young age, and they're hard to break. And the financial stress that people have because of these, because of the issues where they're living paycheck to paycheck, it has a massive impact on organizations. So it impacts their productivity, it impacts attendance, and it also impacts turnover in an organization. And the immediate crisis actually is costing US businesses billions of dollars. So it's a massive problem that we're trying to solve. And right now, there's a gap with existing wellness programs that employers are offering. So we're trying to come in and fill that gap. We know employees are most stressed about money. So finances are the #1 cause of stress. And right now, employees are thinking about things like this at work. So they're thinking about how they can afford their next iPhone, how they're going to pay their bills, and also, how a lot of people have debt piled up, so credit cards, student loans, things like that. So how are they going to pay off that debt? So people think about these sorts of problems up to 13 hours per week at work. And many employers are offering programs to help with finances, but it's oftentimes focused around retirement, which not everybody's thinking about quite yet. Or there's also employee assistance programs that are offered, but those type of programs really are there when an emergency happens. So it could be a divorce or a sickness, things like that. So they're very underutilized and not really helping with this financial crisis. And there's also, in some cases, financial literacy, but again, just offering financial literacy doesn't change behavior. So what we have, we understand that financial needs vary widely across organizations. Different employees need different things. So what we offer to employers is to offer their employees flexibility in saving goals. So not just focused on retirement, but maybe somebody wants to take a trip, maybe they want to save up for tuition, maybe they want to save to pay off some of their debt, or they also maybe want to build an emergency fund. So we help employers offer different types of saving goals to their employees and then match some of their savings so they can offer incentives on their savings. So when they reach certain saving milestones, they get incentives. And then we also have targeted financial literacy built within the app. We have lots of behavioral nudges and lots of things that change people's behavior with their money and nudge them to do different things. Like, for example, we offer a coffee challenge where we say, make your coffee at home today and save that $5 instead. And within the app, we have access to financial planners. So at the right time when it's needed, you can ask to speak to a financial planner. So we're offering this benefit to employees, and this is a benefit that employees can relate to. And it helps with productivity, but it also helps with acquiring new employees. So Cuber mobile app, it uses behavioral science and gamification to help people make better choices with their money and really see their savings grow. In the last year, we've had some really big brands that have partnered with us. So we always like to name call Levi's. So Levi's was one of our first partners. Levi's offers Cuber to their employees in Canada. We also have partnered with Cooperators and Sun Life just recently. And as an example, what Levi's does is offer Cuber to their employees, and they have created this saving challenge for them. So they need to save $40 a month for 6 months, and Levi's is matching dollar for dollar their savings. So at the end of the challenge, the employee has built up a liquid savings of $500. But most importantly, they've also, during that time, built the habit of saving money and built the confidence that they can save money. And since our launch with Levi's, 87%, so we surveyed the employees after, and 87% said they would have never saved as much money if it hadn't been for Cuber. So of course, we're a growing company and we need to make money. So we charge employers a per employee per month fee. So that offers returns on investment of 5 to 10 times, which covers the cost of that productivity loss and the cost of trying to hire new employees because they've lost some employees. And in 2020, we brought in revenues of $220,000, and this year we're on track to double those revenues. So I'll talk a little bit more about the open position we have, but what we're looking for is a sales role. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about Cuber. So we're looking for somebody, we have kind of a sales process in place, and we're looking for somebody to come in and help us grow our funnel. So I'll talk about that role in a bit. First, I'll talk a little bit about me and how I ended up here. So I graduated with a degree at the University of New Brunswick in computer science. And I worked mainly in the gaming industry. So that's where you see a lot of the behavioral nudges and gamification. What I wanted to take is that I saw that working in the gaming industry, how it can really change people's behavior. I wanted to use that for good and bring it into personal finance to help people better manage their money. So my career, I've been working in tech for about 20 years, and I've worked in both corporations, large corporations, as well as startups. And for me, I get bored really easily, and I always like to be doing different things. So for me, the startup environment is definitely the right environment for me. I like fast pace. I like learning different things. I like trying different things all the time. So if you like that, a startup is probably a really great fit for you. And then personal finance, it was a personal struggle of mine. So that's why this problem really speaks well to me. I'm really passionate about solving it for people. I'm one of Cuber's biggest users. I use it all the time. And it helps me to better manage my money at the same time that it's helping other people. But we started the company in 2016, myself and my partner. We launched the product, I guess, in 2018. So it's been out there for a few years now. And just last year, we decided to start selling to employers in the benefit space. And so now here we are, we are generating revenues, and that's recurring revenues. We've got some big brands that are partnering with us now. We're currently looking at expanding into the US, partly because we have some clients there who are asking us to come. And our focus is really, like I said, generating those revenues and building up our sales funnel. So that's where you guys come in. If any of you are looking for an opportunity to work at a really early stage fintech, to get lots of experience, to work in a fast-paced environment and to learn, we're looking for a full-time sales resource as well as an intern who'd be interested in helping us do some of this work as well. So we have a repeatable sales strategy in place that we want to kind of hand over, work with you together to help us build that funnel. What that means is you'd be cold calling businesses, you'd be emailing businesses, you would use LinkedIn to kind of connect with different resources, different employers on social media, be part of perhaps social media forums, different events. So really, these are some of the things that we're doing. I think anybody who comes in with different ideas, we're also very open to listening and trying different things. So the position has a base salary. There's definitely commissions involved. This is a sales position. And like I said, you have an opportunity to learn like crazy. So there's all kinds of learning opportunities at Cuber. You can find out more by talking to me at one of the tables. I would love to have a chat with you to tell you more about Cuber and about the job opening. It's also on our website. So if you're interested, you could take a look at cuber.ca. And then finally, if you're interested to see more about how Cuber works, like I said, it's in the App Store. So feel free to please download the app and give it a try. And that'll give you a little bit more of an idea of how it works. Individuals can use it. You don't need to be part of an employer group. Individuals still earn incentives on saving money at 2%, which is really, really great. But you'll also get a feel for what we are offering to employers.
Thank you so much, Jen. That was super interesting. So as Jen also mentioned, please feel free to go talk to her at her table after the presentation. And because time flies, I will follow up quickly with Tasya Karim from FDM Group. Thank you so much, Jen. Tasya, you're next. Please tell us a bit more about your company. Please tell us a bit more about what you do. So the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. So happy to be here at this exciting event. So my name is Tasfia. I'm a senior recruitment consultant here at FDM Group. One of my favorite things about FDM as a company is that we focus on hiring new grads who maybe don't have a lot of work experience and are looking to kickstart their career. This is why our business model is recruit, train, and deploy. So a little bit about me. I don't know about you guys. I know there's a couple students on the call. Maybe some of the panelists can agree with me. When I was graduating university, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was really nervous and scared. And I also had a fear that maybe companies wouldn't want to hire me because I was lacking professional work experience. This is kind of that catch-22 where you need to graduate to get a job, but you also need 3 to 5 work experience to get a job. And it's kind of a circle and it's really hard to break out of. So when I discovered FDM after graduation, the first thing I read about the company is that they hire new grads who lack experience and are ready to start their career, which I thought, cool, that's perfect for me. And once I joined the company, I've pretty much been here for the last 2 years. So what does FDM actually do? As I mentioned, we recruit, train, and deploy. So we recruit recent grads. Globally, however, we recruit ex-forces or anyone that's taken a large career break. We did start the company about 30 years ago in the UK, so we are extremely global. We have offices in Hong Kong, in Australia, in the US, but in Canada specifically, we recruit recent grads. Once you join the company, you will be receiving 3 to 4 months of industry-specific technical training. So what that means is that we're really going to focus, 12 to 16 weeks on teaching you all the technical skills that clients in the industry today are looking for. And that's kind of the difference between a focused training program versus maybe school. School will teach you a number of training programs and or training skills in a broad sense, whereas FDM really kind of focuses and makes it niche so that you're learning exactly what clients are looking for. And we also help you guys meet industry standards by providing you professional career development coaching. Once your training is done, we will be placing you on site to work with one of our clients in an IT or tech related job. So we work with clients in many different industries. So we work with the top 6 banks. So like TD is one of our biggest clients. We work with investment banks like Morgan Stanley in Montreal. So we're really big in the financial and banking sector, but we also work with insurance, retail, the public sector. We're looking to add in the energy sector as well as the life sciences sector. So we are hiring for a number of roles ranging from software development, big data engineering, DevOps, cloud computing. We also hire for business roles, so business analysis, project management, and risk regulation and compliance. As mentioned, we're not really looking for people that have a lot of work experience. We're really looking for students that have spent the last couple years working on academic projects and honing their technical skills, maybe even working on personal projects in their spare time. So some of the technical skills that we look for are knowledge of any object-oriented programming languages, so Java or Python, SQL, Unix or Linux, and Excel, VBA. The culture at FDM is really fun. A lot of the employees here, especially the trainees, they're young, fresh graduates, so they're hungry, eager to look for work. Everyone here really likes to have fun, which is obviously always a plus. We are a large company, however, so employees globally are all eager to learn new technologies. I think that's a big factor of FDM is we're looking for people that want to continue to learn even after finishing school and help each other out. We have a really huge emphasis in diversity and inclusion, so we welcome any person from any background. Most of our candidates are actually international students. We have lots of people from different countries working here at FDM. We have a huge emphasis on women in tech as well. My role as a recruitment consultant is to really help students navigate the professional industry as well as the interview process. It's just as important to have technical skills as it is to have the right behavioral skills. So I really spend a lot of time coaching candidates. Something new that has come out of COVID is virtual interviews. So we spend a lot of time teaching you guys how to stand out in a virtual interview setting, just because this is something that even I wasn't taught when I was starting my interviews and looking for jobs. And then lastly, obviously, we help you guys find a job that matches your skill sets. So there's a lot more about FDM if you guys want to get to know about what we're hiring for. If you have, just any questions about, how to ace an interview or you want some tips on your resumes, feel free to join my table and I'd be happy to give you guys some more information.
Thank you so much, Tasha. That's super exciting. I think I really highly recommend people that are here today with us to go talk to you at your table. So I just want to finish off by saying thank you for Jen, thank you Marie-Ève, thank you Lynn, thank you Tasha. That was super interesting. I'm sure that our participants are quite eager to learn more. So now that's done, I'm inviting everyone to go talk to them in their rooms, and thank you so much.